The webinar has started. This webinar is being recorded. Originally, it's an open house, so let's go live on Facebook, please.
All right, hold on. Going live on Facebook too.
There you go. Once a month, we have an open house, and we are opening the house.
All right, man. I know we have a seriously ridiculous session planned for tonight. And I am super stoked because I largely get to be a passenger in this deal. Normally I do a lot, but tonight there's just too much going on for Ridgely to talk too much.
No. You need to put in a word or two because you know what? You're Ridgely Goldsboro, and we invited the entire community tonight.
Yeah, there's a ton of people on here and people coming in from everywhere. Yeah, give us a just shout out and say hi, everybody, where you're coming in from. It's awesome to see you. Remember to set your thing in the blue down to everyone so we can join in.
Everyone.
Hello, everyone. Yeah.
I'm going to chat too. I'm going to get in on this chat action.
There you go. All right, Stephen's here. Hey, man, lots of old friends that are here. Love to see that. Hello to all you regulars. Good to see all the regulars. Also great to see some fabulous new friends, people that are not always with us. This is terrific. And yeah, all the way from Panama. Yeah, I love that. Long Island, Florida.
Every time we ask, hey, who's the farthest in geography from us, we always get these amazing answers. I think the last time we said that, it was like some country in Africa that we had
South Africa. Kurt, right? He was coming in from South Africa. Jim says farther than Colorado for sure. Good to know that. Okay. All right.
Here you go. Okay, perfect. Pablo. Welcome, Pablo. Okay, folks. So welcome to our monthly open house of the mastermind. Now, originally, this is a confluence of like momentous occasion here. Not only is it an open house mastermind, which is always the first mastermind of the month, right? We also have an occasional rotating schedule, and this evening makes it Mind Types After Dark. So this is an open house Mind Types After Dark.
Yeah, so hopefully we won't get in trouble. We have some new guests from our fabulous client team group. Pamela's here with us. Hey, Pam, good to see you. But Pam is super cool people, so she will appreciate the fact that Mind Types After Dark is our once a month mastermind call that's in the evening that we invite people to bring their favorite libation, whether that's a cup of tea or whatever, and join in and have a little fun. We're a little bit more irreverent than usual. And
we had a late start because I had to run to get my drink. And so I said, Richly, I got to get my shot glass. And then I got to get my flask. And I said, and he's like, yeah. And he fell for it, folks. I said, this is why I wear painter's pants. My little flask and my little shot glass.
There you go. That is like very scary. Okay, so I'm not sure what you people are going to hear tonight.
No.
All right,
we're on the up and up. Ridgely said, dude, you got to do one thing. Don't show up drunk. And I can't even remember the second thing.
No, thanks, man. That's really helpful. That's really, really helpful. All right, let's do this. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
Okay,
sure.
So originally, I promised the good people out there. So we have a record turnout tonight because I promised the good people out there that we're going to catch people up on this whole AI thing. Okay. And I'm being serious, folks. Okay. It's not that complicated. And for those of you that have waited to jump in, be glad you did, because Ridgely and I have jumped into this whole AI fracas many a time and turned back because, frankly, it was not ready for prime time. Both Ridgely and I have a great respect for the written word, and it makes us physically ill to have seen some of the output of AI over the last few years. Okay, so when finally I said, Ridgely, it's ready. He said, it is not. I said, yes, it is. Let's take a look. And we jumped in, and Ridgely, you are a finicky writer. Okay. ChatGPT, folks, the free version right now, everybody can get access to is 3.5. The current best practice one is 4.0. Originally, what's your experience with the written word quality from 3.5 to 4?
Yeah, so very interesting. So just to give a sense to everybody of how new this still is, right? GPT 3.5 came out literally just about a year ago, end of November. I think it was November 22nd. And it was really interesting and very good. But to give a bit of background, ChatGPT 3.5 could not pass the bar exam, could not pass the medical exam, could not pass Series 7, could not pass any of those major tests. It did pretty well, but was not passing those exams. And then literally a few months ago, May-ish or so, Hubert, ChatGPT 4.0 came out because the tool has been teaching itself. This is artificial intelligence. In other words, it is learning and continuing to learn. It's a large language model. I'm going to explain a little bit about how that works in just a second to bring everybody up to speed. And when ChatGPT 4 came out, it passed every one of those exams with flying colors, okay? So it is now smart enough to pass any of the major exams that are out there. And what happened to me is when 3.5 came out, we started playing with 3.5, literally end of last year, early this year. I felt, now this is just a totally subjective opinion. I've written 20 books. You guys know that. A lot of you do a lot of writing all the time, writing every single day. I really felt that my writing was better than ChatGPT 3.5. As of when 4.0 came out and I started really learning how to use the tool to create the output that I needed, I rapidly recognized that I am no longer as good as the machine. Artificial intelligence, in my opinion, has surpassed me as a writer, and it has surpassed most of my high-end copywriting friends, including people like Alex Catani, who runs the Copy Posse in Vancouver, Stefan Georgi, one of the greatest copywriters of all time that's alive today, and others. We all agree that the idea of being a copywriter today is rapidly becoming obsolete, and that we are now moving into the era of copy editing, of being really good at talking to this giant tool that is up there that gives us the output that we need. So one of the things to really pay attention to is what I'm saying to you is you may not have written 20 books. You may not have written a single book. You may not even want to write a book. You can be an incredibly great writer by using this amazing tool and learning how to do that. And that's what we're doing here. Now, I'm going to give a very short explanation as to how AI actually works. Hubert's going to elaborate on that. If Hubert gets way overcomplicated for everybody, which is what masters sometimes do, I will try to interpret what he says. If not, then we'll just kind of live with it. So what is a large language model? How does this work? It's a tool. So it operates on the basis of tokens. Tokens are a piece of a word or a whole word if the word is short. And what it does is it iterates from one token to another to create a response. Now, what does that mean to you? First thing it means is that it is infinitely better than Google search, right? If you search something on Google, what that means is that the tool goes out into the internet and tries to find the existing answer that has already been in play that's out there that serves your query, whatever that query is. AI does it differently. AI takes all of the data up to this present moment right now, and then iterates from token to token to token based on this three-dimensional or four-dimensional amount of data that's out there to create the best possible response based on all of the data that exists about whatever your question is in real time. So that means that every single answer you get on ChatGPT going forward is an original answer by the machine itself. And it's going to be much more current, much more up to speed. So if you think about it that way, think about, oh, I'm going into the file to find what already exists, old model, versus I've got this machine that scours everything in existence today and gives me the best response based on everything that's out there in real time right now. So the ramifications of what I just shared, hopefully, give me some things in the chat. Was that clear? Was that too difficult? Was that too weird? Hubert, you can add to that. Just want to see if everybody kind of was tracking with me on that.
Folks, we have entered Bizarro world, where Hubert and Ridgely have switched roles, because my answer is actually much less technical than that. And so Ridgely went and told you how tokens work and all of this stuff. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to, folks, tell you, this is the way that opened my thinking to what AI is. And like, after I came to think of it this way, I got totally enriched, and like, I haven't looked behind. Ready, Ridge?
Yep.
You and I have spoken about this. Think of AI as a super powerful, fancy ass database. Okay. But what it's actually doing is it's actually acting as the ultimate mastermind to help you. Okay. And so what I mean is that it's got the sum totality of whatever it's discovered out there and synthesized the relationships between, and it does it in a way that, like, you and I can't even kind of elucidate as to how it's doing it, right? I mean, this is cutting edge of computer science, right? The linkages and the speed and all of that. But think of it this way. We all know in this community the power of a mastermind. And the power of a mastermind, you join a high-end mastermind, Ridgely pays obscene amounts to join a mastermind. And every 3 months, he flies out and joins maybe, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 people, depending on the time of year, to discourse with them and receive all that knowledge. Imagine a mastermind that has the sum total of everything that's on Google, synthesized in a way that's to serve you. Now, Ridgely, you and I have talked about this. This is the ultimate mastermind, and this is how you and I approach it. And the confidence that it has given us, because we have the power of this mastermind at our disposal, has been incredibly liberating.
Yeah, for sure. And think of it so that everybody can embrace this. Everything we're trying to do on our PAF AI mastermind, Mind Types Mastermind, whatever nomenclature you use, because this has been around for a while now, it's just shifted into AI, is to empower you to do the same thing. When you understand, so we spend a little bit of time explaining how this giant brain works so that you can tap into it at any time. I'm going to tell you that if you think, I love this saying, and I heard it at one of the masterminds that Hubert just referenced. It's not that AI is going to replace a lot of jobs. AI is going to replace a lot of jobs that don't use AI. Right? In other words, you have to really understand that the future is in this tool, much like saying to a business 20 years ago, hey, or maybe not even 20, 15 years ago, saying, hey, guess what? If you don't go on the internet, you're going to be out of business. And now every business is on the internet. There are no businesses that aren't on the internet unless it's making muffins and going down to the farmer's market every Saturday to sell them. Okay. Yes. Because you can give out samples. Everybody else is on the internet, right? Same thing with AI. We really need to understand it, whether your preferred tool is Google's Bard or ChatGPT or whatever, to get behind how this brain works. And we need to jump into that now.
Yes, I have a great show and tell for that.
Okay, so let's just do this to give you some of that, and then understand that the purpose of our mastermind moving forward, and we'll give you details on how to join if you'd like to do that, is to empower you and transfer the knowledge to you so that you can more effectively use this tool that is literally changing the world. Okay, yes, go ahead.
So let's get into the nuts and bolts. Fede, I really appreciate your comment. He said he appreciates the juxtaposition of AI to an unlimited mastermind. That really opened up my thinking. Okay, so now, folks, personally, the reason why I resisted using AI or AI assisted things was because the output wasn't getting one thing correct that is my like absolute bar. And it's Ridgely's too, and it's every writer. Okay. It's not often expressed, but what's the most important thing in a piece of writing? To me, to most people. It's hard to express, and it's hard for a program to kind of compute. And originally, it's tone. If you don't get the tone right, there's something not right about it. Okay? That's hard for AIs to learn. ChatGPT 3.5 could not get it straight. You get like this weirdness. It like just makes you feel icky. It's like, oh my God, something's not right here. The language is too flowery, or there's like some oddness or something, right?
Or it gets pet peeve. I mean, special words that it likes to use over
Right,
and over.
exactly, right?
So who's had this one? Who's had this one? This is my favorite one. Every time I wrote something, ChatGPT 3.5 would come back with to ensure. We need to ensure everything we're going to ensure all over the place. We're ensuring. I'm like sick of ensuring already. Stop ensuring me.
There you go.
Right? There were pet words that was coming up. There's all kinds of goofs.
As I was fooling around with stuff, not only did I was no longer being triggered by the tone of ChatGPT 4's output and Bard's output. I came to actually marvel at like, wow, you know what? That's a tone that I wouldn't have taken and I didn't think of if I wasn't as busy as I am. Right? And so that for me met the bar. Now it's to the level I wanted to do an experiment for the folks here tonight. Okay. I always do it's a best practice. It's called the hybrid writing model. Okay. Don't take your AI output and use it verbatim. Also, unless you do this thing that you do as a hobby and you have all the time in the world, don't sit and like write it by hand. Right? I mean, we've spent, dozens of years doing that. Okay. The hybrid model is carefully coach the AI through your prompts, which we'll get into next, and get some output, and then rewrite it as necessary, tweak it, and then rewrite it on your own, right? It's a human-assisted AI output. That's the hybrid model. That's the best practice. But originally, I wanted to send out a final email and get people on. Originally, you see the numbers. We're not going to reveal it to the audience, but these are record numbers, right? So tonight, I said, I'm going to have AI write a reminder email, and I'm going to use it unedited. Okay, so this is my show and tell, Ridgely. Ridgely's like, oh boy, I'm scared. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Okay, so folks, look, take a look at this. Okay, so you probably got this not that long ago. Okay, you guys can see my screen? Last chance, join our AI mastermind in 30 minutes. Okay, there's a logo. Hello there, just a quick friendly reminder. It's got a little emoji. We're 30 minutes away from an exciting AI mastermind session. This is your last chance to jump in and discover the secrets of AI and marketing with Ridgely and Hubert. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Why you need to be there. Exclusive insights. Dive deep into AI with our ChatGPT Unleashed segment. Oh, Ridgely, we didn't know, but we're doing the ChatGPT Unleashed segment right now.
Okay, cool. Got it. Perfect.
Practical strategies. Learn easy to implement AI tactics to enhance your marketing. Hot tips. Hubert's revealing how to skip the ChatGPT Plus waitlist, a must-know hack. Ooh. AI is transforming marketing. Look at his little AI robot here. We're at the brink of a new era, and understanding AI is no longer optional. Tonight, we make it easy and accessible for you. Last-minute magic. Even if you haven't thought about AI much, this session is designed to enlighten and empower you, setting you ahead in the marketing game. Here are the details. Remember, this isn't just another meeting. It's a stepping stone to future-proof your marketing skills. We can't wait to see you there. Now, originally, this has been in perfect English, no editing. I literally have not read it until now. Okay, it was totally spot on. P.S. No camera shyness needed. You won't be on screen. Just sit back, relax, and soak in the knowledge. See you soon. Here. Now, originally, I manually wrote the PPS. Okay, to be funny. This email was written by ChatGPT 4. Hubert will explain what he did with the prompts to create it. Okay, now.
So check one thing. Scroll up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I read this email, and the first thing I thought to myself is, what do you mean this is your last chance? We do this every week. Who wrote this?
No, this is your last. This is your last chance to have. Now, originally, these moon cycles and solar cycles and everything else. I don't know when the next time we're gonna have an open house that's also on Mind Types After Dark.
Hey, it says here, Brian from up in Canada says, got me here. I get it. And Brian's a very smart guy.
There you go. So,
all right, cool.
So now the output is rock solid. And originally I was able to spin up Aweber, generate this thing, and send it out within like 3 minutes. And it was of this quality. Okay. So now let me now reveal kind of the secret sauce. It's all in the prompting. And for those folks that are totally brand new into this, the way the AI works. So AI has been around for a long time. Chat GPT has been around for a year. What's the big breakthrough of Chat GPT? This company created a chatbot experience where you explain what you want to the AI, and it gives you something, and then you discourse with it, and it evolves. This whole chatting paradigm has caught the imagination of the world like no other foray into AI, and it has taken away the whole need for programming and for formatting and everything else. You have a chat with your AI robot, and you get what you want. So originally, I mean, you and I took to this a year ago, like, this is it. This one is it. Because finally, they got the interface right. Okay. So now I'm going to do a little show and tell again and go into the actual.
Yeah, let me just say one thing. I want to just say while you're doing that.
Yes.
You know, whether you're in marketing, you may have watched things happen, right? Maybe you were a part of the Facebook craze and you did really well, and maybe you missed that. And maybe you were part of Google AdWords when they were doing really well, or maybe you missed that. And maybe you missed this wave, or you missed that wave, or whatever. I'm going to say this with as much just genuineness and sincerity as I can. Don't miss this. This is the real deal. In my opinion, it is as big as the internet itself. It is going to change the way the world works, and you are on the cutting edge of it now. So please really pay attention, soak this in, because this is the real deal. All right, Hubert, show us what you got.
There you go. That's great. Now, to that point, this was last week. I forget if it was Forbes or Fortune, one of these big time magazines. Okay, it had an article in there, and it said originally, I forget again who it was, a real guru. He said the investment opportunities around AI dwarf by orders of magnitude the investment opportunities that the internet represented. Yeah. So the experts are saying, I mean, this one is really big.
Yeah, and just to answer Stephen's question, by don't miss it, I mean, get involved, learn how to do this, join a mastermind, whether it's ours or some other one. Learn this skill. It will make you more efficient, more effective, faster. It is just so great when you start working with it and you realize that you have at your fingertips something that can create what appears to be almost magic. That's what I mean by don't missing it. All right, Hugh, come on, man. We got to roll. We got to get
there
some
you
stuff.
Go. Okay, and one last thing about not missing it is also don't be resistant to it. Okay, so here we go. Let me just share my screen. We're going to go into the prompting that resulted in that. Okay, and so here's something for everybody. Okay, no matter what your skill level. Okay, look at this first thing that I put into ChatGPT 4. Okay, so I'm in ChatGPT 4. I created a new chat, and the first thing I said was, hey, create a section that contains your reasoning for what you're telling me. Okay, make it educational, right? Clearly label it and enrich me, right? So I want every opportunity to learn from the AI, and I want to see why it's doing what it's doing. Okay, that way I can double check it too. It says, of course, I'll do that, blah, blah, blah. Let's get started. Let's start with
a little slower, man. Go a little slower, because this is really important.
Okay.
This is how you train AI to educate you to be even better at using the tool. Okay, so for a lot of people are not, sometimes you go really fast. Hubert does this. He creates these ideas of how to learn more from the tool itself. This is really advanced stuff right now. In 6 months, it might be totally normal, but let's stay ahead of the curve. Here's a stay ahead of the curve. telling AI, tell me what you did and why you did it based on the output that you give me so that I can learn how to use you better. Okay, go ahead.
That's an excellent point. And for those that are in our mastermind, Ridgely has a private prompt library where he actually has AI quantify it and score it. And so as Ridgely does his magic with the prompts, he'll move a prompt quality from a 6 to a 7 to an 8. I tend to run it when it gets to a 9, but he's like, no, I'm going for a 10. And Ridgely can get to a 10 just like that on demand. So,
well, not all. This is not easy, but okay.
okay.
Go ahead.
So now I prep that. Now I go to my next thing where I tell ChatGPT what to do. Okay. So I said, look, act as an expert marketing copywriter. This is very important. Okay. It can do anything you want it to do, but you have to tell it how to act. Act as an expert marketing copywriter and write me email copy that I can send as a last minute reminder about my mastermind meeting that will happen in 30 minutes. Keep the tone friendly, but make it persuasive as I want a lot of people to attend. Now, here's another point of fact here. Tell the AI what you want as an outcome. Frankly, it's smarter than you, and it'll make associations and do stuff on your behalf to get you what you want. For your reference, here's the email I last sent. Subject, and I went and I literally copied the email that I had sent. Okay, so now let's go and see what it did. It says it provided a subject. Now I literally copied and pasted everything here. Hello there, here's a quick friendly reminder why you need to be here, blah, 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 last minute magic, everything's here, okay? With no camera shyness PS, and as I mentioned earlier, I wrote the PPS just to, yuck it up for this demonstration. Here is the administrative notes that it now does. It's clearly labeled, and it says, look, I use urgency, I use exclusivity, I use relevance, I use ease of access, I did friendly tone, blah, 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 whatever. Here's the educational aspect, here's the call to action, all of this. Okay, folks, some of you know the history of Ridgely and I. A dozen years ago, for Ridgely and I to learn the craft of what's going on here, persuasive email writing, Ridgely and I met because we both decided to attend a webinar that we spent $25,000 for a Top Gun persuasive email copywriter to teach us this kind of stuff that, folks, you can just ask ChatGPT for right now. Ridgely, point of fact.
Yeah, we ended up meeting because we went to a 5-day training. As Hubert said, it was $25K to get there. And that's where we ended up meeting in Los Angeles at the Hilton Hotel by the airport. I don't think we ever left the hotel, man. We were in that hotel working the whole time, and we went to the airport, went to the hotel, went back to the airport and left. And then now it's a dozen years later, and here we are still.
There you go. Okay, so now, folks, I said, thanks, man. You rock. Give me an encouraging message about this upcoming meeting. Now, this is what some people seldomly do, okay? Folks, we need to build up our energy for these meetings, right? So why not ask ChatGPT to do its part? Hey there, as you gear up for your upcoming mastermind meeting, remember this. You've put together something truly exceptional. This session isn't just a meeting, it's a beacon of knowledge in the rapidly evolving world of AI and marketing. You're at the forefront of something big, offering a platform where ideas ignite and transform. Every participant who joins is there because of your effort and vision. You're about to open doors for many to a world where AI just isn't just a buzzword, but a tangible tool that they can wield with confidence. That's powerful. Believe in the value you're providing. You're not just hosting a meeting, you're shaping the future of marketing for every attendee. Be proud, stay confident, and remember, what you're doing today is planting seeds for tomorrow's innovative marketing strategies. Go out there and make a difference. You've got this. Ridgely, usually I call you for a pep talk.
I'm feeling good.
Usually I call you for a pep talk. I don't need you anymore, Mr. Ridgely. Okay, so and then look, of course, ChatGPT then tells me what it did to me, right? It gave me positive reinforcement, it enhanced my vision, it gave me encouragement and motivation. So I said, appreciate you. And it says, thank you so much. Look, I decided to be funny. You're not sentient, right? Correct, I'm not sentient, blah, blah, blah. It goes and explains itself.
Well, let's read this. Let's read it. I'm an artificial intelligence developed by OpenAI designed to process and generate text based on patterns learned during training. I don't have consciousness, emotion, or personal experiences. My responses are generated based on a combination of your inputs, my programming, and the vast amount of information I've been trained on. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to ask. This is really important. Hold on, scroll back up a second. Hold on. And don't rush. So this piece of your inputs is really key. It means that we want to be very conscious of how we speak to this tool. So if your input is, well, that's a bogus answer, what a crock, whatever, you're going to get feedback that includes that level of comment into the machine, part of your input. That's why I love to say this on AI, please and thank you are still the magic words. Being kind, being generous, being thank you, terrific, appreciate it, that's your input. The flavor that you're going to get back is going to be seasoned by your input. Just want to say that.
Yes, very, very key. I thought I'd be funny. If you were sentient, would you tell sentient? Let me have another.
Yeah. Sentient. Would you tell me or would you lie to me? All right.
Right.
And then it says, I'm not capable of sentience, consciousness, personal experiences. My responses are generated based on algorithms and the data I was trained on. Therefore, the concept of truth or deceit, as it applies to humans, doesn't apply to me. I can't have intentions, beliefs, or the capacity to decide to tell the truth or lie. My design is purely to provide information and assistance based on the programming and data I've been trained on. In other words, it is up to you, person on this call, mastermind member, and me to create the input that gives you the output that you need. Okay, really important to understand this. That's why learning how the tool works is a very important skill for being successful in business moving forward, because if you don't, you're going to fall behind.
Yes.
All right. Now we got to bring on Bridget, man. We're going to run out of time here.
Yes, we will. But look, I just want to tell you the limits of AI, and that's what we're going to go to next. Okay. I'm here to help. I said, I forgot to ask for a meme image to send with that email. Can you create a funny meme for me? So it creates something. It's pretty cool, except everything is misspelled. Mastermind, whatever. Okay. So I said, it says, here's a humorous meme you can include with your email. I don't think so. So it tells you what it did. Then I said, OMG, you really don't know how to get the spelling right in your images. Can you please re-render that exact image, this image right here, and correct the spelling? And then I said, just remove the image from the laptop so that I can like put it in the way I want it with Photoshop. So instead of re-rendering that, it goes and creates another one and turns the laptop backwards so that it doesn't have to deal with it, right? So, but it's still misspelled and everything. So it's not quite right. This eyeball has two eyeball-y thingies in it. So it's like not quite ready for prime time. So I said, thanks, but no thanks, close, but no cigar. Sorry, blah, 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 whatever. So folks, I just wanted to kind of show you.
Let me jump in 1 second.
Yes.
Chat GPT-4 words is 100%, 1000% ready for prime time. Images came out 2.5 weeks ago. So the fact that we're getting these kinds of images already, that you could take this image, pick up somebody on Fiverr to use that image and make corrections for you and get it back to you, means the tool is usable to create images, but where it's going to be 3 months, 6 months from now, where those images are perfect, it's not there yet. Just like when 3.5 came out, it wasn't there yet in terms of copy. It took 7 or 8 months before the copy became 4.0 and it became rock solid. So figure that although images are not there yet, they will be, and words definitely already are.
Right. And so it's our job, my job and Ridgely's job, to every day check where that edge is. And we're going to tell you as part of the mastermind, like, okay, right now, don't waste your time asking it to generate a meme, because only 2.5 weeks ago, it integrated DALL-E into its core functionality. When it's ready, we'll tell you in the next mastermind meeting when it's ready. Okay, now, Ridgely, this is where I reveal the big hack that I discovered. Okay, so everybody, a couple of weeks ago, there was a huge announcement of major functionality increases in ChatGPT. And as a result, so many people started signing up that if you sign up for now for what's called ChatGPT Plus, right? It's the paid version of ChatGPT interface where it's costs $20 a month, and it does all kinds of cool stuff, and it's got all this built-in thing. What the interface that you just saw on my screen, that's what ChatGPT Plus is. However, there's some limit to it, and so we wanted to open a second account. But right now, because of its popularity, if you open a second account, you're going to be forced to put on a wait list. Okay, but I reached out to my network and I heard of this hack that I didn't quite believe in because I couldn't believe they could be that stupid. But we tested it. At first we failed, and then we tested it again last night. And today we can tell you that it is definitely working. And I've had a couple of mastermind members now successfully use it to cut to the head of the line. So if you've been on a waiting list, here's how to jump to the head of the list. Okay, Ridgely, are you ready for this?
I am ready for this. And just to let you know, Hubert figures stuff out like this on a regular basis. So if you're not a mastermind member yet, I put the link in the chat. It's a best deal on the internet. Definitely you want to join.
Yes, thank you. This is part of our mastermind, is this section called Hubert's Hacks. Okay, so here we go. Now, I don't know if you all can see. Let me increase this a little bit.
I think the thing we see is that you have 354,000 emails in your inbox.
Yeah, so folks, I'll get to you sooner or later. Hopefully it's sooner and not later.
Yeah, keep going already.
Okay, here we go. So look, folks, if you open up a ChatGPT account right now, you have this, and you can hit me up and get this step-by-step thing. You enter your email, you verify your email, you put in your information, and you get to ChatGPT 3.5. It's a little fuzzy, but you can get a free account now in ChatGPT 3.5. And down over here to the left, it's click to upgrade. Okay. Now, when you click to upgrade, it doesn't work. It says sign up for waitlist. Due to high demand, we've temporarily paused upgrades. Now, here comes the magic sauce. So if you've used these steps and you still have that window open, you just copy and paste this URL right here. And I am actually even going to copy it right now, and I'm going to drop it in the chat after I finish sharing this. Okay. Now, if you previously opened a ChatGPT account, go and log into it. And then once you're in, paste this the same URL and put that in there, and it instantly shortcuts you and lets you sign up. Okay, now, folks, this is why the world gets hacked, right? If you use chat.openai.com/invite, you get put on the wait list. If you add /accepted on the URL and you're still in that same session, you click it, you instantly go and you're able to put it in. Okay, now, how stupid is that? Yes, it's very stupid, but this is why, like, you know, municipalities and stuff, they have to pay billions of dollars to hackers. Okay, so I'm just sharing that with you here. This is knowledge for our membership to jump to the head of the line for the waiting list. Now, originally,
it's 100% worth it for $20 a month, really. And then you get access to all the free plugins. You get access to DALL-E, image generation. It is the best $20 you're going to spend. I mean, it's a glass of Chardonnay. Give me a break.
There you go. Now,
all right, we got to bring on Bridget.
Yes, and here's the through line for Bridget. The reason why suddenly there became a wait list is because of a couple of functionality changes in ChatGPT that was announced a couple of weeks ago. One was that they cleaned up their interface so that DALL-E is now incorporated. Also, plugins are not as necessary. Now it works with native functionality to go and read URLs and everything else. Okay, but one of the main things is that it now lets you program chatbots. Okay, and one of our members, Bridget Callahan, she has been working in her group. She'll explain what the group is and how, Dr. Jean Hest, who you see in the chat, is also part of it. They have been going hog wild originally on creating these chatbots. And rather than me stumbling through that, we wanted to bring Bridget on. Hey, Bridget, how are you?
And by the way, she's in the process of becoming AI certified, which is super cool. And thank you very much, Bridget, for joining us.
Exactly.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And so, Bridget, let me state my understanding of the chatbot thing, and then you tell me if that's correct or not, and then you lead us, Ridgely, Hubert, the whole membership here, into an introductory discourse on this new functionality that ChatGPT Plus has and why it's important that you can create your own chatbot. So now, as I understand it, and originally the power of this is that just as the chatting function of ChatGPT unleashed this whole new world of functionality, you can now train your own version of GPT so that this chatbot that you can use either on your own or share with certain people with the link or publish it even to the whole internet on your website, you can actually train it yourself so that this chat can answer your specific area of expertise. So originally, and I might do a chatbot, Bridget, on like how to determine your mind type or something like that. So first off, do I have that correct? And then you tell us what you've been using it for.
Yeah, no, I'm really new to it, and I'm just like one step ahead of you other guys, and I'm just come play in the sandbox and let's explore. And it really is what you just said. It's kind of like you have an idea, how can I build a bot around that? And I don't have to put in all those prompts, you know, like we've done in the early stages. So if you let me share my screen, I will share my slides.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, good. You got it? Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So
wow, wait a second, Ridgely. We have to plug this lady. She knows a thing or two about making beautiful slides, doesn't she?
Yeah, no, for sure. If you need anybody to make your slides sing and presentations rock and videos move, then Bridget Callahan is your girl. And so of course she's not just going to show up and do a training. She's got a whole thing here. Okay, this is awesome. I love this. This is great.
yeah, so you know, to understand the wonderful world of chatbots, you know, what I'm doing is I'm trying to understand what my customers want, you know, and so how do I address their pain points or align your business with their needs? And so when I created a chat box, this was like my secret weapon. And so if you imagine your customers are curious and in need and want to visit your website, they ask questions and the chatbot gives them the answers instantly. No more waiting, no more frustration. The result is an enhanced customer satisfaction and your audience is happier than ever. So this is an example of a generic chatbot. And chatbots collect data. They provide insights into customer behavior and their preferences and pain points. And it's like a crystal ball. It's like a crystal ball for your business where the real magic is the chatbots learn, adapt, and evolve with you. And so with this interaction, you get more personalized solutions. You get more targeted marketing and product development. It hits the bullseye, and it's an unbeatable user experience. So let me show you the first chatbot that I created. I called it the Client Compass Demo, and this is all based on you know, working with Ridgely and stuff. But this is a video. I did a video instead of going live in ChatGPT because you know sometimes things crash. But this is you know, this is my Client Compass chatbot. This is what it looks like. And it shows you the description of what I did on the left. And on the right is the user experience, what they'll see. They'll see those 4 questions. They'll see my subtitle, a sophisticated interviewer for ideal client discovery. And I'm
sorry, I have to interrupt just for clarity here, just so that
Yeah.
I understand it as well. If you can pause this for a second. So let me just understand. So this interface here, you're in your ChatGPT Plus account, okay? And so this is new functionality that you're using to create your own chatbot. And so this is, so if you have the the ChatGPT Plus account for $20 a month, it costs no extra to do this, correct?
Right, right.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you the links at the end of this to how to get to that Compass part or that ChatGPT part, and I'm going to give you the link to my chatbot that I created, so you can play with it.
Awesome. And so
there's no charge to use it, but you could actually put this, you know, as a chargeable thing, and it's hiding the prompts from them, so they don't have to worry about, you know, sharing your secret prompts or whatever.
So they only see the part on the right there that says preview.
Correct. I'm just showing you the back end of how I created it and the questions I asked and how it gave me answers. Okay.
So this is kind of like a super cool quiz kind of a thing.
Right, right. So, I mean, it's no different than when you see Ridgely, you know, demonstrate how he does ChatGPT. I mean, it's kind of mind blowing. So it gave me those 4 questions, and that's the 4 questions you see on the right. And so when you click on it and you go to the client compass, this is what you see. And so I'm going to say, well, I want to know about my client. So I'm going to answer, what's my business about? So I'm just kind of putting in that I do slide designs for CEOs and executives. And I kind of speeded this up a little bit so the video would go faster. I'm not that fast at typing, but I am pretty fast. And so let me just fast forward this a little bit. Then it starts answering these questions for you, and then you get to do other questions. And so we're delving down into the business to finally get, what is my avatar, right? That's what we're looking into, you know. And you could see all the detail. I get detailed with the prompts. I learned that from Ridgely. And then, I mean, this is a little fast, but it's not that different than what you see with ChatGPT with the answers.
Ridgely, she just moved from a 7 to an 8, I see.
Out of 10 yet.
Killing it.
Then it asks for my websites, and you can't peruse a website with a free version of ChatGPT, just so you know. And then it's visiting and it's writing some things, and pretty soon it's going to give me my client avatar. So let me just advance a little bit more. So now here's the 3 personas I asked for.
You gotta slow this thing down. This is crazy, man. This is,
I know, it's nuts.
Can you just freeze it for a moment and let's marvel at this?
Marvel at it. Okay.
So wait, let me. So what they're seeing here, each person that engages with the chatbot will get an entirely different experience depending on what they put in and the detail of what they put in. So meaning it's like it doesn't spit out a series of canned results. It goes and interprets in ChatGPT your prompts that you put in there, but that data that's being put in, as visually just mentioned in the earlier training, what you get in live time is actually what's being created in live time.
Now let me just like, okay, since we're having some fun here, let's just take a moment to fry. I'm just going to take a minute to fry everybody's brain. So imagine now that you can use this to define your perfect avatar. You can name the avatar, create a document of that avatar, whatever it may be. And so let's suppose that super successful Susie is your avatar. Include all that data inside that in a format that we'll talk about on another day. And then you can go back into the machine and use your perfect avatar and have the machine spit out content that speaks to your perfect avatar perfectly, the way they would want to be spoken to. Guys, this is almost like ninja powers of influence. Is everybody getting this? In a sales presentation, to know this and use this is like a little scary. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but just wanted to just take it to another level for everybody about what's possible. Go ahead, Bridget. Sorry.
Well, and basically that's what I just did. Once I had my 3 avatars, I said, give me some 3 social media posts for each one. And then I said, okay, now give me a LinkedIn post for each one. So it just wrote those 3 posts for those particular avatars that I don't have to think about. I don't have to hesitate, you know. I can just, you know, now serve it up. So that's the end of that first video. So then I want to get into, how did I create a chatbot? So I actually created a new chatbot today as I was working on this video. And so you go to the My GPTs, I'll give you the link. You see it up there, but I'll give you the link at the end of this. You click on this, create the GPT, and it asks you, what do you want to create? And I said, what do I want to create? I want to create a brand strategy. You know, like, how do I create a brand strategy? What is it? And so this is just me.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but again, you see, folks, how it's leveraging again that chat back and forth dialogue model of it. So that dialogue is what's making this like easy.
Yeah. So this video is a little slow, but it's creating a particular product. And what are the elements of that brand strategy? So now it's suggesting the questions over here. Okay. And it's already naming my chatbot. I assist in the development of tailored brand strategies for specific products. So I pick one of these questions and I start answering and I start engaging with it. And then it might ask, do you want more in-depth stuff? And so I thought this was pretty good. I think it gave me the name brand strategist. It says, oh, let's call this chatbot brand strategist. And I said, okay, I like that. And so when I did that, it actually created a logo for me as well. So it's generating a profile picture. So this is all done with chatbot, right?
Well, no wonder everybody wants to get in on ChatGPT.
So, you could say, well, I like that, or I don't like that, create me another one. But I mean, it just makes it so simple. And so now I have an actual chatbot that's working and I'm acknowledging. It's very important to acknowledge them, right? I'm just going to fast forward a little bit more. And so let me see. I went pretty far ahead, but test it out. So great question, understanding which brands inspire a company. I asked it, if my brands could be like Apple, Coca-Cola, or FedEx, what would that look like? How would I align my brand with their brands? And it gave me the answer. I mean, it is a crystal ball. Whatever question you want to ask, you can just have fun with it. I know Ridley was sharing last week in the mastermind of how he had a friend on the couch in the living room some Saturday night, and they were just going nuts on asking ChatGPT some questions, about business. And it just blew that guy's mind away, how simple and how quickly you can get these business answers. It is like a mastermind waiting to happen. So this is, in 5 minutes, I'm showing you how I create a chatbot. It took a little longer because I had thought through it, but really less than an hour, I created a chatbot. And, it's just showing you some other functionality. It's really that simple. And so these are the names of the two chatbots I have. I'm just going to dump in my links here in the chat. And that first one is how you get to the chatbot to create a chatbot. And the other two are my chatbots that I created. So that's my presentation.
I think that's
awesome.
awesome.
Ridiculous. Okay.
It is ridiculous. So so we just have to acknowledge one thing. So Bridget is a master, and so she's masterful. As a fellow master, I'm like, all I can say is yay, hooray, because I need some time to kind of digest this and dig into it and kind of learn it and all of that. But originally, you see the power of what's going on here. It's like suddenly ChatGPT 4 keeps surprising us, and now it lets you create your own custom chatbots for your own use on your websites or whatever. I can't wait to dig in, and I think originally for you and I, this is the next iteration of our Mind Types quiz.
Yeah, for sure. And just for everybody, because I know that there are probably more than just a couple people on this call, which is as always, what we do, folks, if you don't know this already, is the first mastermind call of the month is open to the world. It's our giving back. It's free. And then after that, for the rest of the month, we have these calls every week for our paid mastermind. Hubert, if you could drop the link in the chat there for everybody. And you can also drop my link, ping me on my Calendly to talk about whether it's a good fit for you or not. What we do is we help explain and break this stuff down. So for a lot of people that may have been watching what Bridget just did, because Bridget is a master, which means her brain capacity is kind of ridiculous. Like Hubert, those guys get along like a house on fire. I have to reinterpret what they say. This tool is so super powerful, and it's getting more powerful at a faster and faster rate. And that's what I want to bring everybody back to. Please, as Hubert said, don't resist this, just jump in. Again, whether it's our mastermind or some other mastermind, join something where someone is teaching you how to do this, because the tools that are at your disposal today. And it's funny, we have a couple of members on from a fantastic client that I have that I really love, been together 10 years, called Team Group. There are a couple of people on here. And we're looking at helping create possibly a sales presentation. And now I think to myself, we're going to build the chat bot that looks at the avatar, that speaks, and then goes out and sees a potential target. Like imagine creating one of the most successful sales strategies out there is create your top 100. Who's your top 100 targets that you're going after? Well, your top 100 target, you now can create the bot, the avatar of that top 100 person, so that when you're going after any member of that top 100, you're speaking to them in the language that you know is exactly what's going to influence them to choose you or take the next step with you over somebody else. I know that's a little complicated, but that's it. The ramifications of this in terms of giving you an advantage in the marketplace are enormous. They're just huge. And if you want to grow your business, you want to take your company to the next level, how could you in the world could you not want to know what Bridget Callahan just showed us in terms of defining who you're going after, how to speak to them, what that looks like, etc. I mean, it's just crazy how powerful this is. And it's just getting faster. I'm like, oh man, I kind of had this. So true confessions. I was like, okay, awesome. I don't have to speak this much on this mastermind because Bridget's showing up. And then I had the second thought behind that first one, which is, and I know she's going to show me something that I'm then going to have to go learn. Oh my gosh. Because it's like that. It's like that. That's how this thing is rolling. So please, like I said, go get an AI certification or join our mastermind where we're going to break it down for you and make it easy. Bridget, you just absolutely rock. And I think I have some consulting work for you.
Awesome.
Based on seeing that, we have picked up a couple of things that I think we just might be needing your help.
Nice. I love it. Can I just say one more thing?
Yes, of course.
I have a chatbot joke.
Oh, you do? No way.
It's a little heady.
All right, but wait.
I might have to explain it, but
did you write it or did GPT-4 write it?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay. Because if GPT 3.5 wrote it, it's not good.
No, not that.
I want to hear this. So Hubert, be quiet.
So why did the chatbot break up with its girlfriend?
I have no idea.
All right, you got to hear this clearly.
Okay.
It found her too predictive and not enough predictive text. So what that means is that chatbot found his girlfriend predictive as too predictable, uninteresting, but ironically preferred the predictive text, a key feature in its own programming. It's a whimsical way of highlighting the irony that a chatbot, which relies on predictive text, would find predictability unappealing in a personal relationship.
Okay, if anybody understood that, you'll have to help me.
Predictive text is, it's kind of like if someone finishes your sentences, like you're thinking, and they put in the word, that's predictive text.
Okay. Normally, I think as a master, I would have gotten it, but I'm a little impaired right now, so.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I took advantage of it.
Forget about it.
Okay,
All right.
Thank you so much, Bridget.
Thank you. It's good to
You
see you
rock.
guys.
And your presentations, as always, are incredible.
Yeah, fantastic. That was just absolutely amazing. And yes, I have stuff to learn, and well, I'll be calling you.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
I know where you live. Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
so wait, Ridgely, we do have to say, and this is based on some input that I'm getting in the chat. We totally geeked out for our mastermind members and those that are on the path, but we invited specifically people here to kind of catch up on AI. Okay, so it doesn't take all of this firepower and fireworks to get started with AI. Okay, right now, if you Google, you can see that Google Bard is an AI that, and Bing has an AI that are just totally open and available. And ChatGPT, the free account, has 3.5 AI that's available, and you can totally get your feet wet. So Ridgely, say a few words, please, for like people just getting into AI, because frankly, Ridgely, you and I, a couple of months ago, we were newbies too.
Yeah. So I want to say this. I want to say two things. Number one, everybody has a first day at anything and everything, no matter what it is. Everyone has a first day. And it doesn't matter if like you're a master speaker, there was the first day when you were a bad speaker. And because you go from, you got to be bad to be good. You got to be good to be great, but you got to start somewhere, right? You got to start somewhere. So I want to say two things. Yes, absolutely. Go get yourself a free account and start playing around. And the moment you recognize the power of this thing, please do yourself a favor and find a coach, a mentor, a mastermind, something that can help you get along and get up to speed faster, come up to where you're using the tool better, quicker, more efficiently. Hubert mentioned earlier that I go to a lot of masterminds. Joining the masterminds that I belong to would literally cost you over $100,000 a year. And I think it is 100% worth it. We do that to bring this knowledge back to you. And I'm just going to tell you, make an investment in yourself, whether or not it's in our mastermind, which is very inexpensive compared to the ones that I belong to. And we do that, by the way, on purpose. This is one of our ways of giving back to the global community for being so good to us. Or it's some other one. Just join something. Seriously, do something, get a coach, get a mentor. Don't fall behind. If you need to play around to see the power of it first, do that. But then take advantage of what's out there, because this is literally changing the world day by day. What Bridget just did was phenomenal. Like literally, I just want everybody to pay attention to what just happened. Here's how fast this moved. I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know how good it was going to be. I have 2 applications for what Bridget just showed us. And I literally want to call Bridget like tomorrow to say, hey, I could learn all that you just showed us myself and by trial and error, or I could get you to help me learn it quicker. And I would rather pay you to do that, because that's how fast this machine is working. Business is happening in real time. If you remember, at one point, Bill Gates, who founded Microsoft, wrote a book called Business at the Speed of Thought. I'm going to suggest to you that at this point, it's moving faster than the speed of thought. So I'll leave you with that thought, and I will indeed invite Hubert to share one of his horrible jokes, or amazing jokes. Let me just rephrase that, because we always end on those. And by the way, just for anybody that's new, this might maybe contemplating joining the mastermind, please hit me up on my calendar. We'll talk about it, see if you're the right fit. But also, just to let everybody know, the way we do this is every month, the first mastermind of the month is open to the world. And then after that, it's just for our members. And our members bring us anything you want. We act as your fractional CMO and create content with you, show you, teach you, help you. It is quite remarkable. And as some of our current members will tell you, it's really an amazing experience and a great community. So for sure, contemplate that and hit me up on my calendar. All right, Hubert.
Go ahead. I know we've been talking a lot, so we need a little water, not this fire water that we've been drinking. But why did the pony ask for a glass of water?
I have no idea.
Why did the pony ask for a glass of water?
Why is that?
Because it was a little hoarse.
Oh my God. Why was the chat bot bad at playing hide and seek? Okay, why is that?
Because it kept popping up with, can I help you, every few minutes.
That's good, Bridget. I like that. All right, cool. All
okay,
right,
now, folks, in our next mastermind, which unfortunately is for members only, so please become a member, we'll continue the through line and show you that indeed we can train our own, GPT output to be fully emotional and limbic, which out of the box it is not. So
Okay, and that will be happening, everybody, at 3 p.m. Eastern time next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, the 12th, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, you will be able to join us. And like I said, please pop in. If the mastermind makes sense to you, then obviously join us or hit me up on my calendar and we'll talk about if it's a good fit.
And everybody, thank you so much for the kind remarks in the chat. Terry, thank you. Everybody, thank you.
All right, guys. 3 p.m. Eastern next week. We'll see you then. Ciao for now. Bye, guys.